Good morning, everybody. Forgive that droning in the background if you can hear it. There's some sort of construction going on outside. Let's have a real candid conversation. I clearly just woke up. Been a while since I've done a pajama chat. That used to be a thing on this channel. Pajama chat about mental illness, usually. And that was when I used to wear makeup regularly on the channel because I didn't want to put my whole self out there. It was the only time you'd see me straight out of bed. I used to put myself together before I did these. Now I don't. Put your whole self out there, I guess. But I've been doing this for 2 years now with happiness, happier mood, coping, etc., stress management, time management tips for 2 years. A daily tidbit, usually about happiness and the occasional random weird video of this, that, or the other going on in my life, or a little trip to the cider mill, or etc. Randomness. That's 600 plus tips and tidbits. I have so many videos in different varieties and categories about happiness. One would think that I just spring out of bed every morning, throw open my curtains, and greet the day, and it's just fluffy bunnies and sunshine, and I throw off my pajamas and full of vitality and energy and nothing but smiles, and throw on my gym clothes and do a workout and eat nuts and seeds and have seamless relationships, and I look forward to my job every day, and I'm just the happiest person on the planet, utilizing all these tips and tricks that I have acquired from delving into the subject through books and podcasts or therapies or the therapy I myself have received. One would think that that's just how my life is. I'm just happy all the time. Truth is, I wonder if I should call this channel, rename the channel, Coping Comes From Within. Coping for Beginners. Happiness is a skill. It's not something that you change one thing one time and you're going to be happy. That's not how it works. It's like everything else in life. Like, you want to get muscles. You can't just want them and have it happen. You can't just go lift the weight one time and have it happen. You can't just lift one weight, get one big bicep and look like Popeye. There's so many different dynamics that come to making a human feel happy. And you have to continually work all those areas all the time. It's a routine, it's a regime, it's a daily practice. And I have bipolar, type 1 with psychotic features. I am primarily in depressive episodes. That's brain chemistry. That's just like the various things that I talk about, dopamine, serotonin, and all that other stuff. If you give somebody sedatives, they're going to be sedated. Doesn't matter how much activity they do. They're going to be dragging because they're under sedatives. That's just the fact of it. And so I live my life frequently for weeks to months at a time in a state of depression, and I have to actively battle my own brain chemicals. It's like the person under sedatives who's like forcibly sedated every single day against their will for a month, but they still want to stay fit. So they still force themselves to do some kind of exercise every day because they don't want to lose the stability that they have, the fortitude that they can have until it goes away. I spend a lot of my time in depression doing the do's of being happy, regardless of what I'm feeling inside, to keep the constitution of my life flowing as best as it possibly can. Tips and tricks and good behaviors aren't going to take your mental illness away. It's not going to take the problems of your life away. And over the last couple of years, I've had some problems, some situational issues that I have to cope with, some on a daily basis. And this last year, I haven't been feeling physically well. So I wake up every day feeling like I didn't sleep at night. I wake up every day exhausted and have to will myself to go about my life and do it the best that I can physically, because I'm not in good physical shape right now. They're still trying to get to the bottom of all of that stuff, and figure out why. It's in the new playlist I recently started because I've finally decided I should really open up about this because I'm not the only one that it impacts. But I'm being candid, really candid, because I want you all to know that it's a daily skill. It's a state of mind. It's a decision. It's a practice. It's work. Just like anything else, there is no magic bullet. There is no cure-all. There are things that can make your life more efficient, change your perspective, changing your circumstances, make your life run more smoothly, make you focus on positive things, feel gratitude. But no one's life comes without suffering. No one's life comes easy. Everybody questions all sorts of things. We're mortal. That freaks us out. We don't want to waste the time that we have. We're aware of time. That freaks us out. And if you have physical or mental illnesses that are beyond your control, you have to cope with pain, exhaustion, or your own mind betraying you. I suggest you fight for yourself. You have two choices: curl into a fetal ball and let it all crumble around you, or you can fight for yourself. You should always fight for yourself. But that doesn't mean that your problems are going to disappear. And when they do, there's always one around the corner waiting. And that doesn't mean you're suffering. Your own personal cross you have to bear through life is going to go away because you do everything right. Even if you make right choices, it's not going to take your burden away necessarily if your burden is an illness. So maybe I should call it happier for beginners. Coping well for beginners. These things can have the capacity to help you get through your days, to help you make problems improve, help you make your mood improve, help you make your coping improve. Overall, little things help you make a happier life. But no, no, I'm not happy every single day. No, I don't go bounding out of bed. I'm still not a morning person, though I wake up early every single day. Uh, I do not enjoy exercise. And now that I got to a point where the discipline of doing it every day and feeling proud of myself that I was putting this physical care into my body, I did get to that hooked in place where I had to do it every single day, and I felt really good about waking up that way. And then I got physically ill, and now it is something I have to really talk myself into, like sticking to a healthy diet every single day, eating rabbit food. It is something I have to work at. Even just basic yoga, it's not. I don't derive pleasure from it anymore, but I appreciate that I'm not letting myself down, and I appreciate that um, I'm fighting back against allowing myself to get ill physically more than I have to. That I'm taking care of my longevity. In the long run, this will pay off. Immediate gratification versus long term gratification. It's not easy. It's not easy to make right choices. It's not easy to do the right things. It's not easy to try to be a happier, more stable, solid person. It's not easy to try to be the most stable version of yourself that you can be, physically, mentally, spiritually, especially if you have deficits, issues, if you're isolated in life, if you don't have friends and family to help you out, to be a support network, if you're alone, if you have illnesses, if you have mental illnesses, it don't come easy. And sometimes you're just going through the motions. But it's about a general quality of life being better than it would otherwise be if you didn't try for yourself. No matter what your situation, you have to try for yourself. Because the worse you treat yourself, the worse you cope, the worse your situation, the worse you're going to feel. So are you going to be perpetually happy? It's never going to happen. If that's what you're chasing, you're going to be disappointed. It's not possible. Are you going to be happier and more whole? Hopefully. That's kind of the point of the channel. Even if you don't do anything that my channel suggests, is that you try yourself to curb your negative habits and improve your positive habits and improve your situation and be a healthier, more whole, fulfilled, happy human, regardless of what you gotta work with and what you gotta work through and what you feel like every day, that you work toward a place where you are happier, where your life is better than if you didn't try. I just wanted to be candid because I don't want people to think that, I've tried this, I do this, and how come she's so able to wake up and work out and be happy, and I did these things and I'm still not there. There is no there. There is daily work spattered in with quality things that you've helped create that you can appreciate. And there's the recognition that had you not done these things and continue to do these things, you will be way worse off in your position than where you are. So a gratitude and a self-validation for all the things you have done that have made you where you are versus the worse off place you could have been. Being bipolar and having depression, I know what can happen. Being bipolar and having mania and not taking care of yourself, I know what can happen. Being physically ill and not taking care, I know what can happen. It's about not letting it happen. It's about working toward being a more whole, happy, stable person and having fulfillment in your life overall. It's a process that never ends. Good morning, goodbye everybody. My cat is on the porch. She's crying to get in. And I gotta talk myself into doing steps and yoga, which is pretty much what I'm back to. I barely do anything else for exercise. It took more out of me than it gave to me. Adding other forms of fitness, I couldn't keep up. So for now, I'm back to yoga, and then I gotta go get my last infusion. And then it's off to work, because I'm an adult. Oh, I gotta do some dishes too. Thrilling, because I'm human like you guys. Have a happier day, whatever it consists of. It's possible to be better off than you would have been otherwise. It's not possible to be in a constant state of happiness. Even if you have the best life. Because we're human. Good morning, goodbye.